Welcome to Nickel, you guys. Oh boy, got a show for you today. Um, it may not be all hee hee and ha ha. It's very serious topic. Um, and I just needed to come on here with these two gentlemen and talk about our city of Fort Wayne. I'm so grateful for their time. So we're going to get right to it. I am going to um, I'll mention their names, but I'll let them introduce themselves. We have Mr. Rod Parker and we have Mr. Reed Paris, and they are going to share what they're doing in the city briefly. Let's go briefly, real quick, and then I'm going to hit you with the questions,
Okay.
and then it'll take us a little deeper. Okay?
So I am Roderick or Rod Parker, and just to make it brief, I'm a community advocate. I believe in working in my community to find alternatives for our youth, and that's what I do.
Reed Paris. Um, I'm a small business owner, entrepreneur, also director of Building Kings mentoring program, youth mentoring program. I just try to do a lot to help out the community, including better prices on mechanic work, and also helping out the youth. So
All right, all right. So, Rob, first of all, I want to start because um, after an incident that happened here at a party with some high schoolers, you were interviewed briefly by the newsroom and you made a statement about skipping generations. Can you share that comment?
And so I say this a lot, Tika. I truly believe that if we continue to watch our young people kill themselves at the rate that they're currently going, that we're going to skip over a generation of young people. I don't know what this generation is called. I know they got X,
Right,
they got Gen
XZ.
Xers and millennials, and so whatever this group of young people called between the ages of 12 and 18 years old, if they continue killing each other at the rate that they're killing each other, we're going to miss an entire generation. I
Wow,
believe that with my whole heart.
wow, wow. That's strong. That is so strong. Where do you think these guns are coming from, y'all?
where are they coming from?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is America. So I mean, it's guns. That's like second nature to a lot of Americans. So
Wow.
the guns trickle down from maybe different. I mean, it's different scenarios that the guns may come from. A lot of days nowadays, the youngsters are legal. A lot of them legal. They're legal to carry, and even if their friends not, they might buy guns, report them stolen, sell them to the buddies that can't have them.
Mm,
I mean, other than that, the people stealing the guns. It's too many ways in a country like this, especially a state like Indiana. I mean, guns they're everywhere.
Too prevalent.
They're everywhere.
wow. Wow. So, Mr. Reed, I don't know much about you or your program just yet, but we're about to find out. Um, but now, Rod, I know I've seen you in several interviews after different tragedies and things. So, where does your passion come from? Because you have a whole program going on.
Oh yeah.
So, where does your passion come from to, now be a part of that community? And you were very prevalent at one point, and you have got a whole program going on. So, where does that passion come from, you guys?
For me, it stems from the fact that there was a point in my life where I was a completely lost individual. I got introduced to crack cocaine at a very young age, 14 years old, and from that moment, I lost my way for the next 25 years.
Mm,
But in the midst of that 25 years, my family, my community, um, certain of my peers, they never gave up on me.
mm,
They always tried to inspire me and motivate me and give me an opportunity to do better and make better choices and make better decisions. And so now that God has given me an opportunity to have a clearer view,
mm,
a better understanding, I got to. I have to. This is what I'm supposed to do.
For me, I mean, it's coming from, and it's coming from being the youth that I'm trying to reach and understanding what they're going through and understanding how they are in the situation that they're in, and me understanding what it would have took for me to help that, what it would have taken to come along and help me get out of the situation or think
Okay.
differently. So my passion, and I lost my little brother at 17, violence in the streets, gang, whatever you want to call it. So my son, around the time I started the program, my son was going into 17. So, and you know, it was a little rougher for him earlier on before I really up. So for me, it was more about, you know, I don't want to repeat, and who else can I help? You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
At the same time.
Awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, okay, so both of you guys have spent your own time in the streets.
Yes.
Okay. So, do you feel like the gun violence has increased since you both were
Oh, now keep in
out
mind,
there?
it's a big generation gap between the two of us.
Okay. Okay.
20 plus years, I think. And I know for a fact
Okay.
that it is quadrupled since we was in the streets.
Since he was, I would say, since I was, I say it's gotten worse. It's gotten worse, but not drastic like coming from his era. Because it was still, like I said, my little brother. I got friends that's gone. A lot of people that were going around that same time frame. So, and it was like now, it was shocking. They sent out gang task force. The city was in the uproar because it was just like it was like too much for this small city to handle. So I just say now it's more senseless, if anything.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's
Okay.
even back in our days, before it would come to shooting, it might come to group meetups at a park and fight or something like that. They skipping all of those steps.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah, it's just going from you said so what on social media, I'm gonna catch you. You know, so
Wow.
it's different. Social media, I think, amps all of it up. You know, all of it from you know. So that's my opinion.
Okay. Okay. So what laws would have to be in place to decrease these shootings, or is there anything that could be done now? Are we like at a place of no return now? Is it just going to get worse and worse and worse?
It's what can be done right here.
That's Building Kings.
That's what's being done
Right there.
there. So it's men that's been through that, and the ones who could actually touch the boys and earn their trust. That's what's needed. So it's a lot of programs out here, a lot of funded programs out here that exist. They're not, in my opinion, solving the problem, the issues. And I think the biggest thing is connecting with those boys because what I've learned is outside of their family, we become that. You know, so we become the uncle or the brother or the you know. So I think it's gonna take us. Like he said, he always say, the community's tired. The older guys always say, "Man, it's senseless," but we never know what to do. We just talk about them and say they just these young dudes crazy. So this is us trying to actually do something. You know, and whoever's willing to help from the community or who can give back to these boys, we're open to that.
Wide
open. Okay.
And I think that is primarily a focus for me. Like he just said, like my number one motto about this push that we're on right now is that this is not just this organization that wants to do something or this organization that wants to do something. This is a community-wide effort, and it's the community of Fort Wayne, Indiana, all aspects, saying we're tired of watching these kids kill themselves. What can we do to change this?
Awesome. If you guys did not see the paper, this is Building Kings Mentoring Group. And I'm going to make sure that I share the information for you guys. So if you're interested in volunteering and being a part of this program, that you will be able to contact Mr. Reed Paris and get involved, you guys. These young men need you. they need you. And I can begin to preach at this moment because the enemy is desiring to sift these young men as wheat. He truly is. Um, and I mean, it's just the mindset of them now. Nobody can take anything. You can't say anything anymore. You can't. So now, how much does upbringing have to do with the increase in the violence? What do you think
So,
about
okay, go ahead.
that?
I'm gonna let you talk on that one
Oh,
first.
that's huge. I mean, that's probably the main thing to me. I look at it like this: you got guys that might like have kids when you're young. You ain't supposed to really have them. We have them early.
Mhm.
We might do
Babies
things
having
around
babies.
them. Yeah, we might do things around them or influence things or things you might find cute or all right, like letting them cuss or teaching them fight and do all of these different things. And it's like after a while, that same mentality we keep and it goes to bigger things. They get older and it goes farther. So I think the upbringing is huge. I think a lot of us I don't want to say anybody else, but a lot of us that's raising kids now don't even understand how to properly do that. You know what I mean? We take care of them, but to actually raise them and to be productive in this society. So that's not knocking anybody because that comes with life experience, growth, and wherever you go through. But I feel like that's huge, And a lot of if you notice, a lot of the kids, the worst kids, sometimes have some good parents.
Me,
you know what I'm saying.
I'm
So
the exact opposite of what I should have been.
yeah,
Wow.
and it's not necessarily that the parents not or instilling the wrong things in them. It's just they might not understand, what they getting involved in and how to snatch them back from that or intervene in the things that they might be doing. Maybe because they might not have been through that. So it helped me with my son because I've been through all of it. You can't sneak and do things on me that I was doing. You can't get. I had to.
Been there, done
It
that.
took a while, but I had to finally get that through to him. Like I've been here, and I'm just trying to tell you and teach you from my experience, not to drill you. And I'm trying to help you avoid a lot of things that I've been through. So with me, that took a lot to get to that point. So, some people not. So,
I absolutely believe that upbringing is a part of it. However, like I said a moment ago when I interjected, I can't blame it solely because I was raised in two parent households, and what I mean is I was raised with my mom and my stepdad, my dad and my stepmom, and then in the midst of that, I had grandmamas and granddaddies and uncles and aunties, all who've got 30, 40, 50 years of marriage. So I've seen structure, I've seen direction. I made a decision on my own, and that's the part that is hard for some of us to understand because we like, how are these young people choosing to make these decisions? Or why are these young people choosing to make these decisions? My theory is this, just my theory. We are dealing with children who are soulless. They don't got no soul. They don't got no belief systems. Their structure is based off of social media, looking the best, acting the funniest, doing the wildest stuff. You know what I mean? And so, but there's no spirituality in there. There's no spiritual structure. There's no spiritual guidance inside of this. You know what I'm saying? And so it skips over these kids. And so you teach them on the game to kill mercilessly, and it becomes a natural instinct for them. That's my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
My last question for you guys, is there anything that we the people can do to protect ourselves or each other from the gun violence? It's just about where you are and come on.
So listen, man. Listen. Oxymoron of the day.
Okay.
A gun carrier who wants to stop gun violence. I just gave y'all my reasoning behind some of the thought processes of these young people. And it's not just these young people. It's the population in general today. People
Okay.
are just off their rockers
Yeah.
in so many different facets.
Mhm.
And so I feel that as long as it's done correctly and appropriately, without any ill intent, now you step to me or somebody that I love and you trying to hurt them, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to walk away. If you don't, then we gonna take it to the next level. I'm not gonna be riding around, oh, I got a 30-round clip and I'm just randomly shooting. I'm not gonna do that. But I'm gonna protect myself and my family at all costs. And I feel like every human being in this world has the right to do that. However, what happens is you got people who are careless or who are money hungry or who are just evil and want to see death. And so they create opportunities for people who don't understand that to get a hold of weapons of mass destruction. When you put a
Wow.
machine gun with a 30-round, 60-round clip on the bottom of it in the hands of a person that's 15 years old who just barely understand how to hold his stuff straight when he go pee,
Mm.
you can't expect him to make the correct decision when it comes to that kind of power in his hand, because what it does is it gives him power.
But I'm gonna go to your question in a second. Just to touch on what he said. I agree to an extent though, because if we look at I could bring up race, but I am like if we look at like a lot of the white younger kids that's raised, to love guns by their parents,
Mhm.
they put guns in the hands of young girls,
4 or 5 years old.
and they understand because of the training, and they understand because they were sat down or they were taught to use that thing the right way. And the biggest problem is we don't have that. When our community, our young boys in our community think about guns, it's not from gun
Daddy
loving
said.
second amendment loving everybody's legit man coming to the community teaching them about guns, taking them out the shoe so they can learn about guns a different way. They learn about guns from hearing rap songs and, like you say, video games. And so that's the root of it. The root of it is what we are allowed to be exposed to. Our younger generation
Or
is
what we're
allowed
projecting to our young people.
yeah, because a lot of the other music genres are getting a lot worse now, but look at our genre. We can kill, we can talk, we can say anything we want and against our own, people, and then we wonder why our kids go out here and say, what you looking at me like that? You know what I'm saying? It's because this is what's pushed on them, and we look at it like, oh, that song is hot. It's a bounce song, but it's toxic. And this whole everything about our culture is kind of breeding that with our youth. That toxicness is, I don't know, that's a big issue to that's bigger than us in this room, but I think it go way back, like even deepest to music, you know what I mean? And it's like we gonna keep trying, we gonna do what we can, but it's so many influences out here, you know what I mean? It's just too many different influences that we gotta combat against. Like it's hard, I love rap. I love. I was a rap. I love. I still listen. I like it, but
it's no Spook the Assassin.
Exactly. His name.
It sounds good. Catch a body. They rhyming and stuff. It sounds good on the beat, but when we listen to it, it's like, bro. I noticed that with my daughters. Like, these songs come on and you don't really pay. Okay, it's just saying something, but then when your daughter and they think that's a cool song and they saying it and they like, wait, you ain't hear what he just told that woman to do?
Right.
And you repeating that? Hold on, no, I don't like this no more. I don't even like y'all listening.
Turn the radio
off.
off. You go home.
Then TikTok came and all the influences that you gotta fight against as a parent. You try to hide this from them, you put them on YouTube Kids, or you try to do, and it's like they gonna find it. So it's like it's a constant battle. But to go to your question about trying to be safe, I think I did answer it. If we get that proper education out there about guns, because one thing we know, as far as right now, especially Indiana, they ain't going nowhere. Guns ain't going nowhere.
Right.
I mean, as far as unless something drastically change, we know guns gonna be in America, and they definitely gonna be in Indiana. So that's gonna be hard to change. We got to change the mindset and the knowledge.
Okay.
Maybe that should be something. A group should come out and come to the neighborhoods and teach the young boys about using guns the proper way.
Use it.
Well,
And
we
maybe
got
they won't
a
hear
couple
innocent
people.
people.
I got
You know, if they
yeah.
happen to do something don't need to be doing, at least the proper training will make you not hit innocent bystanders. If you,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
She.
Yeah. So you don't go to a Halloween party and
Oh
11 people get shot.
Lord.
You know what I mean?
Right.
In summary,
In
sis,
summary, yes.
I'm gonna say this. I personally, and all of this is just my opinion, so you can take it for a grain of salt. The one thing that I feel that Fort Wayne is lacking as far as a city, as a community, working to change the lives of these young people is too many big eyes and little U's. Myself, and I think I can speak for my partner, right, Reed. I just keep wanting to call you. That was his brother. But I want to personally issue a challenge to anyone in the community that's listening that deem themselves man or woman enough to take on the challenge. And I challenge you all to find a way for all of us to work together as one entity to save our community. We can't keep on this program, this and that program, that, and this organization, this and that organization, that. It's got to be a pipeline. We got to filter and funnel these children through this pipeline to keep them protected and keep them safe in order to make this thing work. And a lot of us have the same ideas. A lot of us have different ideas. A lot of us have the same perspective. A lot of us have different perspectives. But what we have to do is we have to come together as one, agree to disagree, work where we feel that we are most valued or the things that we understand the most, work in that area and save our kids. I say this all the time, and I'm going to say this on this video again. I believe that in Fort Wayne, Indiana, within the next 3 to 5 years, we will be able to call the media, the newspapers, all the blogs and the podcasts to one place and stand up on the podium and say it's been 366 days and we haven't had a juvenile homicide committed in our city. I believe that in my heart. And so let's get together. Let's build some kings. Let's build some kings. Just to go a little further, and I'm going to shut up. This program right now, we are planning on working with young men between the ages of 12 and 18. That's not us closing out anyone. It's just us working where we feel that we can make the most viable impact immediately. However, big wheels keep on turning. So we're going to start the wheels rolling, and then we're going to build this program. And hopefully, as a community, we will build this program, not just as me and Reed and our team that we got, but we are looking forward to working with each and every individual in the city of Fort Wayne in some capacity. I'm done.
You have anything though?
No, that's it. I think we pretty much covered. We all understand the mission. It's just time to knock it out. We know what we need to do. We gotta save them.
Period.
Period. All right, you guys, thank you so much. I thank y'all so much for this.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much for your time and just what you guys are doing. Because I have grandkids and grandboys, granddaughters, and I'm like, there's no hope. Is there any hope for them? Right. Is there any hope about how is it gonna be when they get, older?
Yeah.
Gee whiz. But thank you guys. I thank you guys so much for watching and being with us today. I am going to make sure that I leave his phone number in the comments so you guys can reach out to him. Volunteer, be a part of, or ride. Yes.
We a team, it's two of us.
You guys have a great day, and don't just have a great day, but make it a great day for somebody else. Wow.